down too early. If you got a vision for something, I'm not saying it's always going to be easy, but
No,
you
it's
need
not
people who are
easy.
going to say, yes, you can. I'm selling mannequins for a living. Okay, so I'll let you know something is possible. I'm in my 60s. Most people are retired by this time. I am so looking forward to doing different things. I still got enough flex. I don't want to say this about me, but just in terms of let you guys know what's possible. I've been in that same shoes too. Where like, get a good job, stay at that job until you retire.
Yep, that's how it is. Yep.
Yeah, that's
how
old
that
school. It's
mindset
like,
is.
no, I'm like, create something that no one else has thought about before.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, you guys have drive and some talent. You guys came all the way out here. You didn't get discouraged when people started, canceling on you. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. Anytime you need a pep talk about should I move or do something, just give me a buzz.
This will
okay?
make a great conversation.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna call you.
It's definitely gonna be a great
'Cause,
conversation.
you guys have something going on, and unfortunately, I don't see enough of our young black men, unfortunately, have it in that regard. Either they want to do something slick and fast,
Yep.
entertainment, like in terms of they want to be a rapper or they want to play basketball.
Mhm.
Not too much in between. And that's why there's a void for opportunities like this. I've got a friend, he's a white boy, he just got into videography stuff, like late in life. Same thing, like in his 60s.
Mhm.
He is booked all the time, because now he's doing Zoom weddings, live streaming for
Okay.
Zoom weddings, Zoom funerals, something else. A QVC hired him to do some live streaming kind of stuff. So, I'd be happy to connect with you if you want to, maybe
Yes,
talk to
ma'am.
him remotely, because he went to school for after doing many other things, and he is booked all the time. And I just want to see with this new little equipment and stuff that you have, it's like, wow, that's the same thing that Alan's doing. He's doing well.
Mhm.
So, okay, I'm sorry, I
That's
keep
great.
going on and
That's
on and on because I just
No,
so excited about, wow, you guys got something going on. It's like, don't go back to South Carolina. Nothing against South Carolina, but unless you can build this kind of a business doing in South Carolina, I think you may need to go someplace else and then maybe come back.
Yeah, I think it's possible to do. I guess people are not used to it. Like you say, it's kind of like that traditional way of doing things.
You need to be in fertile soil to grow.
Mhm.
Sometimes, no matter how beautiful a seed is, if it's in the wrong soil, the growth is going to be stunted.
Mhm.
I know for myself, if my parents had stayed in Tennessee, none of this shit would have been possible.
Mm.
As much as I love my family back there, love to go to visit, they don't get it when it comes to different thoughts. Most of them
Right.
haven't even been out of the region much,
Yeah,
When,
that's
when,
tough.
when I'm telling them I'm going I'm going out of the country, they think I'm crazy.
Honestly, I never got on a plane until I'm 29 now. I didn't get on a plane for the first time until last year when we went to Jacksonville, and it was just something that told me I was like, it's time to do something different. Step out of like my one of my biggest mentors is Ben Hall. Like he was one who he was honestly like the blueprint to everything that we're doing, and it was just like. It kind of was like my parents always wanted the best for me, but when I talked to him, it was the first time that it actually was something where like somebody like taught me to kind of like believe in myself,
Bigger.
and see something bigger.
Yes, right.
And once we had the first conversation we had was 3 years ago. We shot that interview at his house. He was baking cakes out of his home, and about 5 or 6 months later, he ended up with his own storefront. But it was just always about just thinking bigger. And I remember just having a conversation with him on the phone. He was like, "So what do you do, man? And like, what are some of your goals and stuff?" And it was the first time I was kind of like, somebody kind of like challenged me and like made me look deeper in myself to figure out like what I really
This
want.
applies to you too, Calvin.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was just crazy because like for the most part, I went to college and I was like, okay, I got my degree. Now I'm about to go get a job and that's it. And when I had that conversation with him, it was just like, man, there's something
That's
bigger
so
out
great.
there.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. If you can't dream bigger, you can't have bigger.
Mhm.
The bottom line. And unfortunately for so many black people, especially in our parent generation, they didn't get the opportunity to think that
Right.
bigger. It was just about survival. And I'm not saying it's still not easy for us, but sometimes we still in that old mindset. You got to break out a new pattern kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you have somebody who can kind of talk to that. I'm going to see if my friend Alan's available sometime. Even you guys just have a quick phone because he got all this equipment. It's just all out of his house.
That's fine.
And it just started with just a few little things. And next thing I know was he said he was doing this job for QVC at a winery, live streaming. I'm thinking, this is the same sort of equipment you guys are doing. But if you want to interview people, that's a different thing. But I'm just saying there's all kinds of other kind of careers you might be able to do with the same kind of skill set.
Mhm.
And that's where we talk about how we make more money to live out here, right?
Yes, ma'am. Let me go ahead and just. Okay, that's running. You ready?
I'm ready.
You do a lot of interviews?
I do.
good.
Because it's, you know, it's such a weird kind of way to make a living, so people are usually kind of fascinated by that. That I'm a black woman in this kind of industry is unusual. I'm an older woman, so whatever box you want to pick, I'm that. Older, you know, senior entrepreneur, doing a wacky business. I'm doing a recycling business. I started out of my home, all these kind of things. So I'm saying that with just not from a point of arrogance, but, you know, I get why people want to talk to me. But why did you want to talk to me?
Right. Yeah, I just love these type of stories.
That's what
It's
I'm
so
saying.
inspiring. Like I do a lot of reading, and like I read recently, I read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, who created Nike.
But Nike, yeah.
And just hearing his story, how he created that out of nothing, and just, you know, he penny pinched and he worked together.
Yeah,
he built a solid
that's so
team.
good. You're feeding your spirit with things. That's good like that.
So like I said, and we have at the end of the month we had a co-founder of Reebok. We have Reebok, Mr. Joe Foster, and I'm still
Are
reading
they
his
still
book.
around?
Well, he sold it.
Oh, okay.
And I think I just reading something earlier this morning. It was saying Adidas, they sold it to Adidas. Now Adidas was selling it to another company.
What's so funny, because those great mannequins there, those came from Adidas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm able to work with a lot of big stores that normally would not work for someone like me if they were trying to buy from me. But because they're giving me their unwanted mannequins, I'm doing them a favor, because normally they would be throwing these in a landfill, which costs money, and it's not good from an environmental standpoint. So I worked for Adidas, I worked with Nike, so most of the big retailers I've worked with.
That's good.
But same thing, started from a dream, baby. I'm just saying, I started from my backyard. That
Like
backyard that you guys park your car in used to be full of mannequins.
Yeah. I tell people, when I first started doing this, I only thing I had was a laptop,
Okay.
and I was just trying to figure out ways to kind of create opportunities. Like
When's your birthday?
March 23rd,
What is it, Aries?
Aries. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you?
July 26th. Leo.
Leo. Oh, good combination. I'm a Leo. I'm July 22nd. So
July-
y'all are
that's
two,
my mom's birthday.
Okay, y'all are two fire signs, so that's good. But somebody's got to handle the details, and usually fire signs aren't good at details.
The detail stuff is
Yeah. That's when you hire somebody. Or outsource it.
Yeah, outsource. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, we got to focus on what we're good at, right?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't good at those details. It's okay. But it has to be handled.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
I got two people on my staff. They got skills that I was like, oh, that shit bores me even thinking about it. And this is what's really excites them about it. You know?
Yeah,
Everybody-
I was gonna say some people really love certain
my
parts
other
of
person, she loves spreadsheets and taking track of the inventory. Like, let me just go find the inventory, let me sell it. That in between stuff I can't handle.
That stuff is
Well, like you guys, I mean, I didn't have anybody in my family who had run a business before, so it was new to me too, and that's why I really try really hard to encourage young people, because sometimes we don't have a blueprint, you know, and many times white people can have a leg up. Either they have some money or they have access, because sometimes access means as much as money sometimes. We got to claw our way through, but it can still happen.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. What do you want to ask me?
We get ready to roll.
I've been rolling this whole
Oh,
time.
it's been rolling the whole time? Oh, man, I didn't even know it.
What, he's going to like splice some shit together?
Oh,
Yeah,
this
we
is gonna
we'll
be
put it
beautiful.
all
This is gonna be
together.
beautiful.
That was a great
Okay.
conversation.
It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm glad you had it rolling.
Oh, you know I'm on it now.
That's that Leo stuff. He just like
Yeah.
make it happen.
That was good stuff right
Okay.
here, man. So I know everybody's going to enjoy this conversation,
Okay.
but let's go ahead and get it started.